YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy TriniFX here back with another video. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna touch on what transpired today, the 24th of August, and how you could have traded what we call the Judas Swing. Just starting on hourly time frame, just to create the context. We can see market open, traded lower in Asia. Uh, 7 o'clock we ran higher, and we just peaked above midnight open and we began to trade lower. So for all intents and purposes, it was a bearish day until we probably hit a higher time frame PDRA. So the narrative for the day initially was bearish. I'm just going to drop straight to a 1 minute chart, guys, just to demonstrate and to show you exactly how we could have framed either a short or a long. I caught a long today. So right off of market open, guys, we could see the market just dumped. This is a 1 minute candle. So we immediately displaced and continued to trade lower. For me, there was not any entry because I normally look for retracement back into a fair value gap, and we could see the price just continued dumping. First presented fair value gap was here. What I was waiting for was for one of these candles to trade back up into this first presented and show me the willingness to continue lower. So that didn't happen. So I waited, guys, and then price traded into this 1 hour busy after clearing, Asia lows and some sell side liquidity. So once price came into this hourly fair value gap, I was looking to see signs of a reversal. Now, for me, guys, I look for a shift in market structure. So we had this low, but for me, my shift would have probably been all the way up here, because this was the up candle that caused this entire displacement. So I waited, we traded higher, we displaced lower with the wicks and the bodies. So for all intents and purposes, I was waiting for this high to be taken. Yes, we traded above it there, but I didn't see the willingness to continue higher, and we saw another deep retracement. And if we look at the bodies only, so if we go to a line chart, we could see that this was actually the low, guys, right? The wicks, they do the damage, but the bodies tell the story. So this would have been my shift in market structure as it swept. If I just mark that off so we can see it, let me put back on the candles. So price actually swept this low here and began to displace. So I did not take my trade down here, because if we go on a 5 and a 15-minute time frame, we had a lot of CBs right above price. So I was very cautious, guys, and I'll show you how I took this entry. So if we was looking for a shift in market structure, it would have been this high, traded lower. Once it was broken here, guys, I would have waited for a retracement back into a fair value gap and taken a long, which it did work out. But I waited and wanted to see price really pick a side and show me it wanted to go higher, because we were so bearish in the morning. So coming back to a 15-minute chart, we can see this is an entire 15-minute candle, guys. So we had this entire imbalance to trade through. So I was a bit cautious. Price traded higher, then reversed into this 15-minute fair value gap. So when it traded here, if it wanted to go lower, by all means, it would have traded lower. But I was seeing price finding some support here. So I dropped back to my 1 minute time frame, and it's there. I saw the signs price wanted to continue to go higher, guys. So here was where it turned around on the 15-minute CB. I didn't have a clear shift in market structure. This would have been my intermediate term high, because it traded into this BC and traded higher. So on a 1 minute time frame, I'd have probably waited for here to class this as a shift in structure. We could see price traded lower, finding some support in this 15-minute BC. So when I saw it traded lower from this high, this is my intermediate term high, it traded lower, traded higher. We see this gap still holding resistance, traded lower. Then it had a sweep of these lows. Once price displaced above, causing a shift in market structure, guys. That's what I look for. I traded into a higher time frame fair value gap, shift in structure, inversing this SIBI. So this now became my inversion fair value gap. Traded back into this 1 minute BC and then began to trade away. That's where I took my entry. I put my stop right below the candle that formed the imbalance, guys. And I was just simply targeting a one-to-one, guys. That's what I go for, base hits. So I actually exited at a 1.13 risk to reward. And you could have held it all the way up to the hourly fair value gap that initially took price lower. We could see price traded up, hit it, and then started to just drift, traded back up again. So we could have held this, yes. You could have probably held that all the way up to the minute for nearly a 4 risk to reward return. But I settle for my base hits, guys. It keeps my win rate high. And this was the trade that I took today. Of course, you could have gotten in down here. We just have to look for signs of the smart money reversal, guys. Remember, wicks always do the damage. It's the bodies that tell the story. So sometimes you gotta flip to a line chart to actually see what's taking place here, guys. So even here, we didn't see a sweep. Remember, this is a wick. So that's why I waited for this high to be taken. And it was taken here. So this high to this low, broken, shift in market structure, inverse this SIBI, and I got in as price retraced and was trading away. So that's how sometimes you need to look at the chart through a line chart so you could see exactly where the body is closed, guys. Right, so today was those days. It's Monday, didn't have any news, so we just had to let the market come to us, and we would have classed this as accumulation, manipulation, and then we could have waited for the distribution. Right, that's how I looked at it. If I got an entry short, I probably would have shorted it down to the 1 hour fair value gap or taken my one-to-one and out of the market. But this was a good start to the week, guys. Comment, let me know if you took any trades today. How did you frame your entry? And appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you have not. Many of you guys watch the videos and unsubscribe. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, guys, and turn on your notification bells so you know exactly when I drop videos. Until then, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye bye.